Welcome to the Jordan Michael Tuesday show. We are on tour right now, and this will be our second time on this tour doing this show, and we're really getting our feet wet and seeing how it goes over. And we're very excited to be going to a homeschool church here in Missouri. And it is so cool to go to Missouri and go to different places and just see, you know, how people live and different ideas, and it helps us to helps Juliana's and my minds to turn as we're still in the rental and thinking about what does the Lord want us to do to kind of just see different things and kind of get different ideas. We're going to play tonight, but right now we have the morning, and we're going to go with this wonderful family that we're staying with to the Laura Ingalls Wilder House. We're getting ready to follow our friends, the host family here, but I thought I'd let you know that it is a real blessing to have Katrina Michael Tuesday on tour with us. And you may ask, why do I have a sticker on my nose? It's because she hates it and it grosses her out. This trip is so much fun.
I was saying it would really bless me if you took that off your nose.
Why don't you like
into the trash. It's like, you know, when you're like at the pool and you're like swimming and you get out and you already feel like kind of soppy and wet, and then there's like a used Band-Aid that just like connects to you. Yeah, and then it like you can't get it off, and that's what stickers are. You're just walking across the floor, you don't know where it came from, you don't know where it's going, and it just like has collected all this.
That's a really interesting story, Katrina. But you know, that's not a problem for me as much. For me, it's more like when you're swimming in a pool with somebody and they've got a booger hanging out, and you're like, oh, and you're like, you've got, and you're trying not to throw up, and they're like, oh, okay, and they rinse their face off right in the pool next to you, and you try and get away, and there's like a vortex of water coming. That's what I think is gross. I think that's nasty too. Oh, this is so comfortable.
Doesn't that mean you have compassion?
I do.
Look at that, we're driving over a creek right now. That's pretty cool.
So we're stopping by the church we're playing at before we go to Laura Ingalls' house. And I don't think Laura Ingalls is home, so I think they just kind of let you walk around. And we're gonna just unpack, set everything up, and get ready for the show, and then we're gonna go over to Laura Ingalls. I think they got like burgers tonight, which is super fun.
We're setting up for our show tonight.
You helping, Natalie?
Yeah. Tuesday, my pepper. Bye, Grandma.
You excited about the show?
Yeah.
What are you excited about? What part?
Probably the fight I am. Wow, is that you playing that amazing music? Clearly you can tell by the way that it is.
So we're here at the Laura Ingalls Wilder house, and I tell you what, I love what she's doing with her parking lot. I thought this was a modern thing, but I guess she had a lot of friends. This is interesting, yeah? You know, Juliana read all the books, the girls read all the books, so it's interesting to see all this.
We read the series twice. I read it once, and then a few years later, like the whole series, all the books, and then I read it again a few years later to the different girls. So the older girls know all the stories, the younger girls are like, who's she? I don't know who she is. Yikes. Gotta read them again. The lady told us that in this house, 97% of the stuff is authentic. They just closed the house and then they let this place be used for a museum. And so almost all that stuff is the original stuff. My favorite thing is always the violin. I play the violin, and then Pa's violin is like probably the thing that she talks about throughout all the books. That was really, really important memory for her, and it's like, that's the real violin, it's right there, so.
That was Laura Ingalls' house, and now it's time to get ready for the concert. You're looking at a Nebraska sunrise on 18 acres. So as we finished up in Missouri, that ended up being the last show that we're gonna do for this trip, and the rest was to get to see our friends who you might remember came to help us over 4 years ago down at our house. And that's what's so amazing about traveling to something like Nebraska or whatever, is just to be able to see the sun come up over the hills in some way that you've never seen it come up before. That's amazing. I'm tired. We gotta figure out a way to not be so tired while we're on the road. And as we start the day off, what do we play?
Carpet ball.
So you guys remember Tim? What's your plan with this here building?
No clue yet. Just we'll see what God does.
Yeah, that's right. Jules, what did you think of this place?
I think it's really neat.
Yeah, where did we stay last night?
We stayed in their camper in their driveway.
We stayed in that last night, and it was really comfortable. 1, 2, 3. Hi! And then we came down from Nebraska to visit my brother and sister-in-law and our 2 nephews here in Kansas. Yep, we're here with Nick at, yeah, we're here with Nick.
I don't feel like cooperating right now.
Yeah, we're looking awfully brotherly with our beards. Normally we wouldn't have beards because normally we'd look like this.
Hubert, what are you doing?
I'm reading a book about being my true self.
You can read?
Of course I can read. Small words.
Okay.
I'm sure you've been wondering why we haven't had Claude in the show. We had Larry in the show, so where have you been, Claude?
I got a real job and I kept it. Yeah, apparently Hubert was weighing me down, so.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
who
that
he
sounds
is.
terrible. Jordan's not Hubert.
Right.
Never mind.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, you know, it's hard to picture me as Hubert right now. Let's see it like that. Let's try it again. We want to give him one Hubert?
sure.
Hubert! But that wasn't the end of our trip. Then we went to the Crakey's house, which is where we are today. Because when we come through the Midwest, we try and stop by our friends, the Crakeys. Juliana and I and Katrina have been just sitting there catching up. The kids are all playing together. And let's go say hey to them. So Katrina, how's the trip been?
It's been good.
Yeah.
I think it's day 7.
Yeah.
8.
You glad you came?
Yes, I am.
We're glad you came. So over here we have Jason and Julie Crakey. They've become our friends. This is what, our 4th time stopping in? 3rd or 4th time stopping in 5 years? Yeah. Tell us about your guys' channel. What goes on over there?
Well, we're back after being very negligent for a while.
Busy, occupied.
Yeah, people started checking in. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Because it had been that long of, since we regularly posted. But we're back.
Yeah, and YouTubing, to be consistent, involves a lot of tenacity. So you need breaks.
For sure.
Yes, I did. And after our 11th baby was born, and we were in the hospital with him for a while, I just said, you know what? I can't do this.
That's not how it went. So it went like this. She's like, I feel so guilty. All these people, they love me. They're doing all these. This is our friends, and I just need to. And I'm like, relax, okay? I think they understand. You've got a lot going on.
That
Give
is true.
yourself some room and space. And so the self-care started kicking in, and she took a break. And
So our channel is just our family, and one thing that we haven't done across the years has been very consistent with what our channel's about. But I guess, it's just about the
us.
Crakeys. So
it's
that's
the journey, right?
Yeah, that's it. I actually was telling somebody recently about the very first time that I ever saw a vlog.
It's in our
Clearly
kitchen.
so intrigued that I'm still thinking about it, over a decade later, and eventually thought maybe I should try talking and folding laundry. And here we are, 10 years later.
And since then, Juliana and I will fold laundry and talk too. But we'll just pretend there's a camera. It's real fun. Okay, go check out Jason and Julie. So Juliana, how's this tour been, huh? You like seeing the Crakeys?
I love coming to see the Crakeys.
Wonderful to see everyone.
My favorite thing about these kinds of trips is just being able to be with friends, be with family. But
And meet new people.
yes.
Olivia and Bella have established a great friendship by phone, and we're gonna go say hello to them right now. How's it been catching up?
It's been good. It's been weird though because I feel like we aren't catching up. I feel like it's just another day.
Yeah.
It's
because
really
you guys
weird because
talk
we've
on the
only
phone
seen
a lot.
each other 4 times ever.
But you talked on the phone, what, 300 hours a year? Is that right?
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
I think our record was like 3 hours that one. 3, yeah, like 2 to 3 hours.
I'm gonna wrap it up for today. So I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse of our behind the scenes trip here. And next week, I'll be putting out a video that's, people ask me when you do the live show, well, do you have any promo video or anything? We're gonna be putting that promo video out. We'll see you next time on the Jordan Michael Tuesday Show.